I'm Paul Orquist. I'm Department Head in Aerospace Engineering. I'm also Bradley Jones Professor of Aerospace Engineering. So aerospace engineering really deals with anything that flies. So we care about making the aerodynamics, the structures, the controls, all of those sorts of things for a vehicle that's going to fly. Ohio's where the ideas got started for aerospace. Two guys in a bicycle shop. In 1929, we were the second aeronautical engineering program in the country and got started with help from Orville Wright, who was the first person to fly and really more importantly land an airplane. That's the part that matters. And then we also had Neil Armstrong as a faculty for 10 years in the 1970s after he walked on the moon.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
So the first person to successfully fly and land and the first person to step on another celestial body. That's a big deal. I don't think anybody matches us with that.
It is a very strong combination of doing experimental work and simulation. But these phenomena are still very, very complicated, so that even the very most powerful computers cannot simulate everything. So you do a mix in which you simulate a lot of things, and then you do experiments to validate that simulation and so on. So what is shown here are videos on the left of an experiment, and then on the right of a computer simulation in which you're trying to replicate that experiment.
For me, simulation is very exciting too, but then wind tunnels become a big part of this. And we have wind tunnels that will go from really low speed flow to supersonic flow. So we have a tunnel in our facility that'll go up to Mach 3 on a very small scale. We also have tunnels where we're doing acoustic measurements, so we're listening to aircraft noise. We have other cases where we're testing things like combustors, which are the part in an engine that actually where the fuel mixes with the air and burns. And those kind of places are really exciting because jet fuel is burning and you see fire coming out. That's all kind of fun stuff.
We have two varieties of detonation engine in this bunker. One is the pulse detonation engine. It has been largely superseded by this more advanced concept, which is called a rotating detonation engine. So you have about 3,000 to 7,000 rotations per second, and it creates a high-pitched screeching sound, kind of like a velociraptor. So I think one of the main key components I love about my job is that I get to light things on fire on a regular basis, and that it's captured under the envelope of science. Also with the RDE, it really is on the cutting edge of propulsion in the world.
So we start off with things like basic mathematics, physics, and it's mostly physics-based, but then you also use some chemistry. Most of the things that we do, though, are physics-based. Now, it's going to sound strange, but English is another one. So one of our biggest success factors are people doing really well in AP English, because it's not just about making the technology. You have to be able to communicate it to the outside world as well. You can be the greatest person in the lab, but if you can't tell the world about it, it just stays in the lab. So you need to make sure that you're able to talk about stuff too. Someone gave me some really good advice when I was young, and they said if your head goes up when an airplane goes by, that's when you know you could be an aerospace engineer. So.